Hey folks, my name is Pravus and welcome to more Rebel Inc. Escalation custom scenarios. Today we're going to try out a scenario that caught my eye called Warhammer Escalation. And let's be honest, the main reason I did this is because I can put an Astartes on my thumbnail, which always looks pretty darn good. Also, I mean, just Warhammer 40k in general is pretty metal. So this is created by Commissar Merrick. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Welcome, Governor, to Levum Quintus. This world has been isolated ever since the dark age of technology. It is your privilege to claim your overlordship and turn this backwater into a profitable world within the Imperium. Honestly, I've been getting into a lot of Warhammer 40k stuff ever since Space Marine 2 came out. It was just like, you know what? I need to watch some lore videos and have fun with it. And I have been enjoying it. I'll be honest, I'm never going to be the guy who plays around with the miniatures. That's a money sink. I'll never fall for it. But it's a pretty darn cool universe. I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of cool stuff Henry Cavill's able to come with in the future. Anyway, we have a doctor, tribal elder, celebrity, local politician, chef, and logistics expert. And let's play on brutal difficulty. I have no idea if this is balanced for mega brutal, but we'll give it a go. So, the world has been isolated. It's up to you to persuade the locals to see God Emperor's light. Be it willingly or by force, it matters not. They must become Imperial citizens. Forces of the dark powers lurk in the shadows, sure to strike when we least expect them. Sounds like the forces of chaos are here. Or maybe some orc boys or something else, but I'll bet you it's chaos. What modifiers do we have? It's a fringe warlord. Reputation loss due to a lack of stability is delayed, and corruption causes less reputation loss. You know, knowing how chaos corruption works, I feel like it should be the opposite. More corruption should lead to more reputation loss. That just seems thematically appropriate. Chaos cultists. Insurgency starts a little later. Enemies are more powerful, can support each other across rivers. Alright. Stronger insurgents that reinforce. That is rough, actually. Servants of the Dark Gods. Until the Inquisition is funded, the insurgents have a hidden trait, radio silence. Also, our soldiers can die in combat. Okay, this means they'll be invisible. That's a huge problem. We've also got Adeptus Astartes. The Coalition soldiers stay for longer periods of time and are stronger. Now, that makes sense. Actually, I like a lot of these modifiers. I think they're pretty cool. Let's play our HQ right over here. I would place it in the city normally, but since that's not an option with the embassy, it is what it is. Establish Imperial rule. Sure, let's do that. That leads to Sanctum Imperialis. A shrine to the God Emperor boosts up zone security level, takes a long time to roll out. $41, my God! Frick that noise. Imperial survey teams, this is intel, pick it up, yes. Public Works, raises out initiative rollout in zones where it's established, boosts up supports, sure, could be good. $16 is a bit pricey. Infrastructure, water initiatives, sure. Grox pastures for food makes funding future military and civilian initiatives cheaper. I could see that being very useful. We may want to pick that up. Rogue Trader Contracts. Increases corruption and gain and corruption from initiatives within zones, but gets me medical and education initiatives. And we have mining initiatives, so we can get things like, I assume, what? Telecommunications, electricity, stuff like that? Probably. Okay, we'll come back to some of that in a minute. There's a lot of custom stuff in the government, too. Imperial customs. Enforce the use of traditional cuisine and imperil, boosting patriotism and a sense of belonging. Yeah, I could see that being useful for support level. We have the Imperial Labor Corps, boosts up the number of initiatives that can be funded at a time. Adeptus Arbites, or however you say that, granted security. This is going to be your police. Got it. And Bureau of Currency Regulation. Support bonus for influence inflation. I don't really care much about inflation usually. This looks like it's going to be corruption. Okay. We have our garrisons, PDF training facilities, so we can get some national soldiers, I assume. And we can have Adeptus Astartes. Good. We can have our Space Marines. Sounds great. And conscription. Force some of the security staff into a rudimentary PDF unit for almost no cost. Okay. So, what would make sense to start us off then? Usually I like going for some sort of initiatives to boost up some support. $14 is a lot, but I'm going to pick up the Grox pastures just so we can make everything cheaper in the future. Maybe Imperial Customs, or, you know what, let's go for some corruption reduction before that becomes a problem. And that's already all my money. Okay, so let's sit back and wait for a second. We've got some minefields. We found a tank. Question is, can I make this an all-terrain tank? If I can, we're fine. I do not like my free stabilized zones being in mountains that I almost certainly am going to lose later anyway. That does not make me feel very happy, but okay. Do we want to go for national soldiers early, or is that ridiculous? Let's go for some support level. Pax Imperialis, citizens will demand access to more initiatives, but grant a one-time reduction to inflation from initiatives, also reduces the cost of future initiatives, and provides a support bonus. I mean, more demanding people but cheaper initiatives is pretty good. Dialect assimilation gets me reputation. Imperial citizens, funding initiatives, antagonizes the locals. Why? I have no idea. Anyway, let's go for basic infrastructure. So we have water and roads. Okay, my inflation's really high right now, but that should burn off pretty quickly. I'm not too worried about it. Found a specialist depot. Good. What do people want? We have no idea. We could go for some water. Slightly increases the cost of further civilian initiatives. Why? Got no idea. Let's go for the Pax Imperialis, making everything a little bit cheaper. Hopefully that makes up a difference in a while. We did find an oil derrick. Okay, so that gets me some funds. So that'll help me out a little bit. I'm going to start training up some Astartes because I just found a few things like, for example, a smuggling post, which boosts up corruption risk. If I can get rid of this quickly, that would be good. The fact that we have all these minefields is a huge problem, though. There's a minefield on my HQ. That means that no matter where I send my units out, they're going to be slow. So we need to get rid of that. Maybe I want to get myself another Astartes and just get rid of this. It's going to make deploying my units so much slower if I don't get rid of that quick. Plus, I mean, we can get ourselves a tank. And if we're going to have very strong enemies, having a tank might be good. Tanks can't usually go in forests, and they can't reinforce, so it's not always good. But sometimes it is. Sometimes. What do people want? Education. All right, that means you need to go for rogue traders. Scala Imperia, Hab block shops, medical facilities. Trading licenses give me money at the cost of reputation. I'll pick that up so I can get the education going. We have more healthcare, and then we have local noble estates. Establish new lands of future planetary elite, antagonizing the locals upon initializing this initiative. Provide security where funded, and slightly raises support in zones. Is that kind of like having a fort and having my garrisons boost up the support in local areas? I have no idea. Archaeological finds. Gain some money. I'll take this. Did give me a lot of problems. What else we have? I'm going to go for an anti-corruption team because my corruption is very high. I haven't lost any reputation from it yet, but I could see that becoming a problem very soon, so I'd rather just go ahead and get rid of it. We got rid of the smuggling post. Let's pick up the rural specialist. That might be useful, depending on where the enemies are going to spawn. Increase economic control. Corruption accumulates slower, and we combat it better. That could be useful. Tax on luxuries, gain money. Anti-corruption team level 2. This is cheaper. Imperial audit. There's a few typos in here, by the way. Gain 15 reputation. Let's get some economic control and burn down that corruption. Wow, that's much faster. Holy crud. Okay, I don't think I need anything beyond that. Let's deploy the tank. I don't know if I need it, but we'll take it. And do we start looking for enemy camps? I'm going to go ahead and try to burn off this minefield. Let's get these specialists going. I'm going to conscript a unit. Looks like that is happening immediately. We'll conscript another. It's basically free except for some reputation, but having 2 soldiers training up could be useful for sure. I'm going to deploy the remote specialist. Absolutely. Let's go grab the... Well, I probably should get rid of this minefield here too if I can. I imagine they're going to be spawning here very soon, though. We don't have a lot of time left. People want electricity. Let's go ahead and get the mining initiatives. That does lead to electricity. $11. I don't usually like getting power plants is the problem. I don't find they're usually worth it. But I do need to meet people's needs, because if we're going to have more demanding people, I imagine the benefit of meeting those demands is a little bit higher. So that's good. Let's get rid of that initiative. All right, camps have officially spawned. The question is, where are they? I'm keeping my eyes peeled for any sign of a question mark. Not seeing one yet. It's usually in a remote area. So it could be in any of these mountains. It could be up over here. It's probably not where I already am. Okay, it's probably in this mountain is my guess. So if we were to move there, we could probably deal with it. But with the minefield being what it is, probably not. You spawning here is confusing. It actually could be in this village. Let's try taking that area over. I'm going to get myself some additional soldiers. What's this? Personal retinues. PDF units generate income and corruption. Actually getting money from national soldiers is kind of huge. That's basically a warlord ability, and it's really strong. I need to get up over here and make sure that they're not located in this urban area. I do see this, so I know this camp's here. If it's not in the urban area, then it must be here. That must be the other camp. Okay, well, we're going to get rid of this minefield for sure. Let's try to push these guys out of this area. Remember, they're invisible until we find a way to fund the Inquisition. I don't know where that is. Make your troops stronger. Vox relays. So telecommunications. Manufacturing. Advanced initiatives become available if we do this. Interesting. Huh. What else do people want? Maybe we could go for some roads. Would that be dumb? This is one of those maps where moving fast is usually very helpful. We could also go for things like the PDF training facilities, which lets me get more units. Drills reduce the training time. That's worth it. And PDF assistance so that they can do some build-up. Yeah, actually, boosting up the speed at which I get my national soldiers right now would be great. Yeah, now they're instantaneous. Okay. So where else do we think that they could be? There's a camp for sure. Let's try to surround and kill that. We're going to get the specialist depot here. I need to protect this oil derrick. And they're going for it right now, so, I mean, that may not work now, but, I mean, okay. Let's get the urban specialist for sure. I'm going to apply these to my national soldiers. I wish I'd done that in a different order, but it's okay. Because these guys will stick around forever, for sure. I need to fight these guys off, and I need to go defend this oil derrick. You need to move down here now that they're retreating. They're going to take that zone, and that makes them stronger, but we can probably take that back pretty soon. What else can we do here? I wouldn't mind getting something that boosts up my military strength. Weapon assembly drills. I really want to get the personal retinues for the extra money generation, though. I know that's a problem from like a corruption perspective, but it's really effective. So I feel like I need to do that. Let's pick it up. Boost up my income. More income just means better stuff. All right. Now, they're probably going to retreat into these forests, which will be annoying, but we can probably trap them here. I'm hoping. So, like, I can go here and now prevent them from going anywhere. Just because they can cross the river does not mean they can retreat across the river, I think. So these guys are trapped. If I were to pull back this soldier here, we can probably surround and kill off this entire group and then just focus on trying to hold these mountains. That is my thought. We'll see if it works. If I could get some garrisons... $25 is pricey, though. If I can get some garrisons going, though, that would be really good. Do we have... Hang on. Emperor's Might needs foreign relations. Do we have foreign relations? I didn't see that. Maybe not? I don't know. I'm going to get the Vox relays because I feel like we have to. I'll do a counter-strike that spends all my money. But yeah, I feel like we have to have the Vox relays, otherwise I'm going to be too slow to build up my support. It's already pretty atrociously bad, if I'm honest. So let's try that. Let's make sure these guys are unable to retreat. Does this work as intended? Please tell me it does. You're not fighting as well as I would have liked. There we go. It does work. Okay. So you are going to move... If you go here, we're going to trigger an ambush. That's the problem. They're going to take my stabilized zones, and that's going to be very painful. But I don't know if we have a choice. Move you here, move you here. They can cross the river, but they can't go much of anywhere. So we'll clear this zone out, like so. And then what? Do we just bite the bullet and say, sure, we'll fight over a couple of these ambushes and just try to protect these zones a little bit? We can try. I don't know if it's going to work, but we can certainly try. Huh. Education continues to be in high demand. I really, really, really want to get the Bastions, though. The Bastions will make it a lot easier to keep these guys contained. Yeah, I think we have to try that. Let's go ahead and get the Bastions. The thing is, they're in a position right now where I'm guaranteed to spawn the Bastion close to where they're currently located, which is right here. So I'm guaranteed to get a good fort location, which to me is well worth it. We are getting a lot of extra money right now from these national soldiers, by the way. That's working beautifully. We may want to consider getting more of them, honestly, just because it's income on top of everything else. All right, these guys did spawn. They are surprisingly difficult to deal with. Can I place a tank here? No. Not surprised, but I was hoping. We're going to need to get some more Astartes. Probably. $14 to get my next one. We need reinforcements. Their reinforcements are a problem. All right, let's do that. We're going to have to start spending reputation on these guys at some point soon, I imagine. Yeah, they just took over this zone. They're fighting me back pretty badly. And if I do this, I'm going to have to fight an ambush. I don't know that it's worth doing this anymore, actually. I think it's not. But the problem is, by letting them have this, they get a tunnel, which means they can now run to a couple different corners. That's going to get irritating very quickly, isn't it? If I could just get rid of this camp. Why don't we have airstrikes? What is the Imperium doing? Of course I should have some freaking airstrikes. Start training up some more troops. We're going to need a lot. Yeah, all right. I'm going to pull back. We're going to move over here and see if we can fight their camp, since I have the garrison. Yes, I just triggered this. I'm going to pull back here, too. They're going to take this zone over, and that sucks, and they're going to have a lot of connected zones, which is a problem. But it is what it is, as long as... Oh, and they just popped up over here. I knew they were going to. All right, we've got to fight them back somehow. This is where things are going to start getting out of control very rapidly if we don't find a way to deal with this. Starting to lose a bit of reputation. Imperial Labor Corps, what is that going to do for me, though, really? Small arms production lines, maybe? Make my soldiers stronger? Or just train up more soldiers. Yeah. Train up more soldiers. I need as many boots on the ground as possible. It's money and it's strength. It's two things that I know I need. See, look how weak we are. Even with our Astartes, we can't fight these guys. That's the thing I'm concerned about. I need to have airstrikes. I have to have them. Oh, God, the National Soldier died. I was not paying attention to that. They did say that that can happen. Long extension. I think we're going to lose here. Yeah, we're not able to take out this camp. There's so many reinforcements going on. Okay, we can't fight this. We have to pull back. They can reinforce across rivers, too. Ugh. All right. I need to know where airstrikes are. If I can't find airstrikes, we lose, I think, is the answer. So, we're going to have to basically accept that this is a loss, but let's just start spending money in places where I can hopefully find the airstrikes. I don't know if I'm going to get enough money to find out because we're about to lose. Yeah, I have no stability because I can't get any support level. Huh. This is starting to feel like maybe the balance of the scenario is very off. I don't know that that's true. Let's try it again. So, I don't want to place my HQ here because we know there's a minefield. Let's place it here. Okay, we found the smuggler's post immediately, so that's a thing. I still think we want intel. I still want to get probably some basic support level in a few places. Make things cheaper. Do I want to go for national soldiers early? Yes. Yes, I want to do that to start generating cash fast. And let's try that first. See what happens. The national soldiers take a very, 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 very long time to train, but if I can get rid of things like the smuggler's post and stuff, that would be great. We have to find a way of getting more support. Let's get the Groks. We'll get the rogue traders. I need to get rid of my corruption, but the impact of corruption is reduced to start, so I'm okay for the moment. The good news is we figured out how to get rid of corruption pretty aggressively, so I didn't feel too scared of that. But what is bothering me is I don't know where things like PR and media offices are. Without those, it's really, 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 really hard to actually get enough support level to win this. That's what I'm learning. All right, let's go ahead and jump forward until I can kind of figure something out here. Yeah, the training of my national soldiers is painfully slow. It's way too slow. So you kind of have to go for the training facilities and the standardized drills, I think. Very expensive. Maybe that's one thing I would change, actually, is make that my first build order, because now the military initiatives are authorized, and I don't have any soldiers yet, which means I've not been getting any extra money this entire time. All right, we're going to try that again, but yes, I am going to focus on getting that early, because it takes way too long. Way, 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 way too long to get your national soldiers up and running. Maybe inflation does matter more than I thought. It builds up really fast in this scenario. I'm going to try the Bureau of Currency Regulation, see what this does. Provides a reduction to inflation, makes it harder for criminals to produce fake credits, burn off inflation, and helps reduce it. Or confiscate off-world currency. Loses reputation for some money. Sure. I think that's a very effective... Sure, I think that's a very effective way of basically getting a lot of money very early on. That seems great. Most importantly, though, by keeping inflation down, I'm able to keep my money moving and working for me a little bit faster, which seems pretty good. All right, clear this out. Go clear this out. We should start making some money off of this, so my income is about to boost. That's good. All right, military initiatives are authorized. We should see these guys popping up soon, which means it might be time to go ahead and pick up a couple levels of Astartes. And where do I think that they'll have spawned? Probably in the mountains again. Let's clear this area out and just verify they're not over here. Okay, definitely something over here in the mountains. I can't do much about that right now. Found a camp in the corner, though, so that was very lucky. So that's not going to have a chance to spawn anything now, so they're only going to be in these mountains. The cave... Sorry, not cave. The camp I'm looking for is right there. Remote specialist, we could try to clear it out if we're fast. I don't know if we'll be fast enough, but we can sure as heck try. Yeah, they're popping over into these mountains. That doesn't bother me as long as they have nothing here to defend this camp, which they do now. Darn it. All right, hang on. I cannot reinforce this fast enough, I don't think. What's the strength look like here? Yeah, nowhere near strong enough. We're just going to lose, so I have to now pull back. Darn. All right. Let's try to protect the oil derrick, since I know that's now an issue. And they're spreading pretty rapidly over in these directions now. Darn. Okay. I need to get the garrisons. See what we can afford to place down. Garrison right here would honestly be fine. Sure. I've got to find a way to push these guys back a bit, though. We have... Oh, gosh, they took the freaking tunnels now. No! How can I get soldiers fast enough? That's the question. The answer apparently is I can't. Hang on, we're still getting rid of this minefield. This will be taken care of in a second. We'll get some reinforcements. Thank you. Move here. Okay. I need to get rid of the guys here, but they'll just retreat somewhere I don't want them, won't they? But I can't afford to let them control this area, or we're going to lose reputation very rapidly. I still have, like, almost no stable zones, which is a huge problem. I'm trying to think what else we can do. I mean, my zones are just not stabilizing very rapidly. That's really the huge problem. I've got the dang education. What is the problem here? Like, I got 2 levels of education, and it seems like it's not rolling anything out. And I don't understand the reasoning as to why. Shouldn't it be? We need to pull you back because you're useless. Move the tank in there instead. And now they're taking over this. This is why I don't like tunnels, man. They're just going to keep taking over all the tunnels, and there's not much I can do about it unless I'm going to send everything I've got to control it. Oy, oy, oy. I have to have more Astartes and just try to get this back under control. Clamp it down. Look how slowly we're moving, though. We're moving so slowly. That's a big part of the problem. I don't understand necessarily why we're moving as slowly as we are. I feel like we should be going a little faster than this. Get them, tanks! Get them! Another garrison along these mountains with the oil would actually be a very good spot for one. I think these guys actually retreated through the tunnel, so we're clear there. So I now need to what? We need to send soldiers up here to clear out this area and force them back. Remember, they can cross rivers, though. They can get in here at any time. That's another big problem. I can't easily contain these guys because they have so many ways of getting out. Normally with these mountains, if you just control these 4 points, this is back under control, but that's not how it's going to work this time. And with the tunnels, they can absolutely get out. Like, I have to train up more soldiers. I have to have more national soldiers. There's no way around it. Crap. And now these guys are retreating in the direction I don't want them to. No. Back. Oh, gosh dang it. All right, they're going in the urban areas. Boo. We're holding our ground in most of these other places, which is good. I need these guys to retreat back the way I wanted them to. Not over there. Gosh dang it. All right, lack of stability. Yeah, I'm aware. I can't get any of these zones to stabilize. Why are you guys still unhappy about your education? It should be plenty good right now. What is the issue? I've even got the Vox relays going, and it's just not getting me enough. Like, nothing is boosting my support level, and that's kind of what's making me think that something's broken in this scenario. I don't know that that's true. But, like, I'm literally getting almost nothing. Ugh. All right, abolish local currency, get reputation. No. Imperial citizens. I need something here, guys. Come on, boost up, like, a couple of zones. Boost a couple of zones and we'll be fine. Gosh, dang it. Get over here. Save that fort before it goes down. I don't want to lose it. Thank you. Okay, we got this back under control. Oh, gosh. All right. I'm losing reputation so rapidly because of the lack of stability. Finish a single gosh dang zone, guys. You're killing me here. You're absolutely wrecking me. Come on. These guys will get surrounded, and they're going to get crushed. Good. I could get more in reputation, and this is going to create some hostility, but it is what it is. I have to get reputation or I'm going to lose. Stabilize a zone, guys. Any zone. I don't care what it is. Stabilize something. For God's sake, this is taking too long. Okay, we got one. That helped reset this a lot. Nowhere near enough, though. Do I have anything else close to stabilizing? This is my closest one. That's it? I think this scenario is borked, guys. I hate to say it. I think it is. And the reason I think it is because look how I can't get any support level from almost anything I choose. Like, there needs to be actual boosts in support level from these initiatives, and even from things like electricity and stuff, or getting the manufacturum complexes, there's practically nothing. Apothecarium, hey cool, that's supposed to be healthcare. Why does it look like it's giving me almost nothing? This is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't think you can win this scenario as it is on brutal difficulty, at least, maybe period, because you can't get any support level. Well, that's frustrating. I hate to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and ramp the difficulty down just to normal, just to see if there's any way to actually pull this off. Maybe I'm missing something that would still work. Yeah, on normal difficulty, it is possible to start stabilizing some zones, especially if you do get a lot of national soldiers early and have them start helping to actually roll out some of these basic initiatives. So it's possible, it helps. Still surprisingly difficult to pull off, though. Like, this support level is just atrocious. It really is. I don't know if maybe it's one of these things where, like, it actually does increase the support level by a lot, kind of like the Vox Relays might, but it's hidden until they're all rolling out. I don't know. By the way, this is where the military air force is. Energy cell manufacturing. Good lord. I don't know. I feel like maybe in this scenario, the developer tried to get a little bit too clever with it. And by that, I mean things like lots of ways of playing around with inflation and corruption, but kind of losing traction of, like, more basic balancing. Like, there's so many playing around with little modifiers and like, oh, this slightly reduces hostility and this slightly increases initiative inflation and blah, blah. It's like, forget the freaking inflation and corruption for a minute. Can we get something that actually boosts my support level by a meaningful amount, please? Anyway, yeah, even on normal difficulty, look at this lack of stability starting to build up. Like, I'm close to getting some of these rolled out, but, like, it's just not enough. Oh, come on. And where's the freaking Inquisition? That should be here somewhere, and I'm not sure where it is. And why would it cost me reputation points to acquire off-world supplies? Again, you've already completely nerfed my ability to get support level. Why are you making it worse? And you have to spend your money to get some extra reputation here too, by the way. Like, without it, it is just... You just cannot get enough. What else do we do? What else do we do? We could call forth some servo skulls. Servants of the Omnissiah. Yeah, sure. Help our Phoses in field of... identifying targets, get some drones, find their camps, strike them. I can't afford to keep returning these same Astartes, though. I have to start hiring replacements, which means I'm about to lose a lot of ground here, which sucks. Okay, I think we're finally starting to make some headway here. Holy crud. Okay. Finally, some zones are actually stabilizing. This has been taking absolutely forever, but if we can block off these tunnels, this gets a lot easier all of a sudden. Oh my god, that's a lot of insurgents. So many chaos cultists. More airstrikes. Hit them harder and faster. There we go. They're fully surrounded, and these guys are going to go down in a moment, and there we go. Okay. Jeez. All right, and I've had to go down a few of these kickbacks in order to keep my reputation up. I got one more over here, and then abolishing local currency is another way to get some more reputation, so we have just enough tools to keep ourselves in the game. But wowzers, dude. Wowzers. And now we just have to play whack-a-mole with all the small little groups that pop up. At least until some more of these zones stabilize, which, I'll be honest, most of these zones are still an unbelievably long way away from doing that. I feel like my only real option to try and get some more proper support level is to get the Sanctum Imperialis. So now that we have a shrine to the God Emperor of mankind, maybe we can finally get... God, it's so slow! And there's literally nothing else I can pick up that'll speed up this process that won't just make things worse. Like, everything else I could do will do nothing to support level, or it'll actively make people more hostile, or it's going to cost me reputation. And in a game where I feel like my reputation is constantly being siphoned away for no good reason, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So my real only option is to get so much money that I can keep donating to charity to boost up my support level. That's my only option now. Just roll in cash. Slowly but surely, though, we are making progress. All that charity donations is really starting to add up. This scenario is taking me over an hour to record. That does not happen in Rebel Inc. very often. And I think it's kind of a testament to what I'm saying as far as the balance of the scenario. Something is not working as intended, I hope. Also, where's the gosh dang Inquisition? Maybe it's under here. Prison complex? Armories? No. Where's the Inquisition? Maybe it's in the anti-corruption side of things. Economic control? No. Purge the advisors? Yeah. Purge advisors, purge advisors. Nope, that doesn't leave the Inquisition either. You don't even need anywhere near that many corruption options. Like, why are there this many corruption initiatives when just this alone is enough to take care of you for the entire game? And there we go. Oh my gosh. All right, checking my clock. This took an hour and 15 minutes to record, and 80% of that, maybe a little bit less than that, was sitting around doing nothing. Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those scenarios where I think the idea is really cool and solid. There's a lot of really good stuff in here. But I do think the scenario creator may have overthought a few aspects of the game, especially corruption, and really underthought the support levels and how hostility was going to work. And the result is this scenario becomes a slog. Even on normal difficulty, it becomes a slog. There are ways to get around it, as we have proven that, with, like, reputation gain and stuff like that. Like, clearly the developer knew you were going to have reputation issues for a lot of the game. And okay, fair enough. But, like, on normal difficulty, I had to sit around for almost 40 or 50 minutes of doing basically nothing because you couldn't give me more support? Like, come on. No. So right now, I want to give it a thumbs up. I feel like I'm tempted to give it a thumbs down. For now, I'll just give it nothing. But great idea. Needs a bit of work in execution, and then I think this could actually be an amazing scenario. In the meantime, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I'd ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.